Hey, you guys, do you know what health screening tests are most important and what their normal values are? Find out how much we can tell about your health with a single drop of blood. Today we are recapping the 5K sponsored by the African American Male Wellness Agency for their annual event in which they encourage men to get screened for their health. But how important is it for us all to get screened, even as families? We're going to talk about a few screening tests today.
So you guys, we are having a beautiful day out here. I'm supporting the African American Male Wellness Agency, who has annually done these events across the country to encourage Black males to get screened for HIV, diabetes, high blood pressure, and there's a number of vendors or community organizations out here providing healthcare information. What's really cool about this is the fact that so many people come together annually to support the health of Black men, which of course we all know, similar to Black women, have huge healthcare disparities. And so to be able to support another organization where Black men are getting healthier is just such a pleasure.
As you can see, everyone's getting prepared for the 5K, you guys. It is so beautiful to see cross-generational participation and all genders represented in supporting Black men in getting healthier. This is beautiful.
It's time to close the gap.
Listen, on behalf of the entire organization, we are thrilled to actually be here in LA, walking to save Black men's lives. This is the last stop of our Saving Black Men's Lives tour, and we couldn't have picked a better place to end this walk or end this tour by coming to LA to let this community know that the lives of our Black men really do matter. And listen, we are here, yes, we're going to enjoy this walk. It's the most fun you'll ever have at a doctor's appointment, right? But men, you have to go get screened and learn your numbers today. 8 out of 10 men that come to our events have no idea that they have high blood pressure. I was one of them 2 years ago. My challenge to you brothers today is to not know more about your vehicle than you know about your body. Alright? So ladies, sisters, wives, significant others, you got a brother near you who don't have a green shirt to let you know he got screened. Tell that brother, hey brother, you came here today to learn your numbers. We're going to go get screened. We're trying to get 100 Black men screened today. We are at 60. We need 40 more to make that happen. Can we count you that make that happen? Yeah! Can we count you to make that happen? Yeah! All right, now let's get ready to go. Hey, we want to give a humongous shout out to Jane and the committee who have done an incredible job. Let's give them a round of applause. Also, we want to thank all of our sponsors. Everybody do me a favor and say the word free. Free. This event was free because of organizations not just talking about equity, but literally sowing into equity. And today we're able to bring this experience to the community exclusively free because organizations like Genentech, Johnson & Johnson have made that commitment to join us in this work. So listen, we can't thank you enough for coming out. We're excited to be here. Let's go ahead and walk to save Black men's lives. Give yourselves a round of applause.
So you guys, one of the most important things that he just said is that 8 out of 10 men who are diagnosed with hypertension at these events do not realize that they're hypertensive. Now, I should make note that you do need more than one measurement to come to the diagnosis, but that number is pretty alarming. So what you should know about hypertension is that the American College of Cardiology and the American Heart Association have redefined hypertension. The new criteria for hypertension, stage 1, top number 130 to 139. bottom number 80 to 89. So if you're falling in this range, you're considered to be a stage 1 hypertensive. And if you've just had one value, you should definitely make sure that you have a repeat value soon. Now, if you are falling top number 120s to 129 and the bottom number up to 80, that is considered pre-hypertension. So time to make some lifestyle changes to make sure that you do not become hypertensive. So as we look around to some of the vendors that are participating, some are corporations like Johnson & Johnson, and some are smaller nonprofit grassroots organizations, but all collectively giving information on health. Let's get into some of the information we can tell about your health with a single drop of blood. Let's start with hemoglobin. So hemoglobin, as you may know, is a protein in the blood that delivers oxygen to our body, to our tissues. So when the hemoglobin is low, then our body cells, our organs are not being well oxygenated to do the work that they're supposed to do. So one of the reasons why, or the most common reason I should say, that hemoglobin is oftentimes low is because of nutritional deficiencies. So identifying anemia allows us to identify those who may have food deserts or who may need more nutrition. Now, I should make note, a lot of people automatically assume that the nutritional deficiency is iron, but it's not. There are different nutritional deficiencies that can lead to different types of anemia. And certainly, if someone is anemic and there's no obvious source of their anemia, they may warrant further follow-up to evaluate whether or not it's their menstrual cycle, for example, that's causing excessive bleeding, or whether or not they're actually bleeding in their gut and don't really realize it, which is an important sign for colon cancer, as an example. And then you have other issues like people who have blood disorders such as like sickle cell, which is common among African American and other ethnic groups, or may have a difficulty absorbing the nutrition that they do actually eat. So let's talk about another hemoglobin. Do you guys know what a hemoglobin A1C is? Have you heard of a hemoglobin A1C before? Do you know what your hemoglobin A1C value is? So the hemoglobin A1C tells us what the average blood glucose has been for the past 3 months. So it's used diagnostically, but it's also used to monitor those who actually are diabetic to determine how well they're controlling their values. If you're over the age of 45, you should have had a hemoglobin A1C done. If you are under the age of 45 but have a risk factor for diabetes such as PCOS, which we talk about frequently on this platform, then you too should have had a hemoglobin A1C done. In general, a value less than 5.7 is normal. Between 5.7 and 6.4 is pre-diabetes, and a value of 6.5 and above is considered to be consistent with diabetes. Now, if you have a mood for the day, as a reminder, being sedentary or inactive is a risk factor for diabetes and other conditions. This is a great opportunity to pause this video, rewind, and see if you can pick up the line dance these beautiful ladies are doing. Now we can also do a quick sampling of your blood, a quick prick on the finger to see what your level of glucose is in that moment. And that too can be used diagnostically to determine whether or not you're diabetic, as a value of 200 or above is consistent with diabetes. And if you were actually fasting, a value of 126 and above is consistent with diabetes. We're also interested in determining who are pre-diabetics as well, because some of those pre-diabetics without lifestyle changes or intervention will continue on to become diabetic. But pre-diabetes by itself actually does have some adverse outcome. So it's certainly not a number to be ignored. So if your fasting is between 100 and 125, that is already showing signs of what we considered impaired glucose metabolism. And that is the flag for prediabetes. You guys, HIV is still affecting our communities in disproportionate numbers, so it's definitely a test to pay attention to.
December 1st is coming, right? World AIDS Day. So you guys are offering free testing today?
Yes. We're just waiting for the results.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
So let's check in on the 5K. You'll see some people running and some people walking. So are the walkers really burning calories? Well, certainly if you increase your pace and if you go up inclines, which you won't see today, you can actually burn significant calories just walking. And yes, I did. I actually joined the 5K. I just allowed the first crowd to kind of get their walkout, and then I hit the tracks myself. Before you do any type of race, make sure you hydrate well and have some protein. And as always, make sure you actually stretch those muscles out, prepare them to endure. When I tell you everybody was on the track, everybody was on the track. Check out this young man who's a new parent and his infant in a stroller walking on the track. How impressive is that? You guys, I'm getting my steps in. This is the view from the track. Let's talk about another important test that you should know, your cholesterol. So your cholesterol comes in different values, right? Your overall cholesterol should be less than 200, but you should also pay attention to your LDL, your HDL values, and your triglycerides as well. Did you know a mom's cholesterol level during pregnancy can affect the health of her child? Love this group who was making sure that we kept our spirit and our mind right while we were making those steps on the track. You guys, the African American Male Wellness Agency is changing generations. Look at this dad and daughter making the trek on the track. Wonderful. And for those who may be wondering, I absolutely did my entire 5K.
Hey you guys, so I am out here. This is my last lap of a 5K walk race, and it's been a great day.
Now, if you want to get more muscle building, now you can certainly do what this gentleman is doing. But for those who are wondering, how much is a 5K? A 5K is actually 3.11 miles. And that equated to 12 laps around the track. Even the kids stayed active, okay?
So why is it important to support our brothers? Well, for one, we know that healthier men in the community just are a pillar of strength and help to encourage the community as a whole to get healthier. Number two, Black men have a much lower life expectancy compared to white men. So it's about healthcare equity. Also, we know that the healthier fathers are, they're more likely to support moms to have healthier pregnancies. We like men to be involved in not just the childbirth, but also in preparing moms to give birth. And so it's really important that we have healthier men, we have healthier women, we have healthier families. Children have better perspective on health as well. So we are able to change the next generation as well. So all in all, it's just a win-win situation. So I'm walking through the final lap. This is Dr. T signing out for Healthy Bump Club on YouTube and healthybump.club on Instagram. Hope we see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Make sure you replenish the body after you have finished your race or your walk. It's really important to keep that nutrition going. So be intentional about your smoothie or your green drink. What that means is that you determine, what is my objective for drinking this? What does my body need? And that will determine your ingredients. Thank you guys for supporting us as always, and don't miss out on getting your original merchandise from HBC Village as a way of continuing to support us into the new year. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful week.